Hello and welcome back to another episode of Nick Tiffany's Movie Reviews, coming at you online and in print format at nicktiffany.com, in audio format wherever you get your podcasts, and even in video on YouTube. Today, we're not really capping Disney's 100 year. Maybe we are. I think maybe, this might actually be the last Disney release of the year. And that's Wish, Disney's kind of culmination of 100 years of storytelling, animation, musicals, princesses, theme parks, you name it. I mean, Disney's whole thing is when you wish upon a star, fill in the rest of the song. And their movies, everything is built on hopes, on dreams, challenging the impossible, for decades, breaking barriers as far as art goes, is creating, everything in their combinations that they do with Pixar. I mean, it truly is incredible what the Walt Disney Company has created in 100 years. And so when I learned they were making a movie called Wish, and, at the Disney Expo, they're dropping trailers and hints, it's the 100 year, we're doing something real special. I was like, all right, cool. I'm in. Let's see what Wish has to offer. And at like a little over 90 minutes, it was fine. It was serviceable, I would say. It boasts a really entertaining cast. You've got Ariana DeBose, Academy Award winning Ariana DeBose from Steven Spielberg's West Side Story. You've got Chris Pine kind of playing an egotistical bad guy. Alan Tudyk voices a funny goat. I mean, the pieces are there for this to be something. I just think, musically, first and foremost, the more I listened to the songs throughout the film, I was kind of like, I don't think Taylor Swift wrote these songs, but whoever was writing these songs, the cadence, the style, some of that talky sing song, and we're going to the party, everybody's getting naughty, and that's so loud. I mean, there's just like some of that in this movie. We've kind of moved past the Hamilton rapping a little bit. There's moments of that in there, but no, like multiple times I was like, okay, we just went from sounding like a real song to sounding like a Taylor Swift folklore impression or doing your Taylor Swift eras. It was kind of odd. I felt like, as an adult in my mental capacity, I could listen to people singing really fast or doing kind of complicated little song funky deals. But I feel like for kids, none of these songs were really memorable, and none of these really struck me as something that they would be out singing or, just looping on replay. So musically, I think it was a bit, I don't know, it left a lot to be desired, unfortunately. And Ariana DeBose, though, I mean, her voice is great. The character Asha is super intriguing. You've got this girl who grows up in this town of Rosas, this kingdom of Rosas, where Prince or the King Magnifico, played by Chris Pine, he's a magician of sorts. He can wield magic. He creates this wonderful place for these people to live, and he even grants some of their wishes. When you turn 18, you can come to him, bring him your greatest wish. He'll take it from you, make you forget whatever it was, and hopefully, if you're lucky, your wish will get granted. And so Asha, when she was young, was taught to wish upon the stars by her father, who's no longer with us in the story, but she's got her 100-year-old grandfather who's been waiting his whole life for his wish. She kind of tries to find an angle as the king's apprentice a little bit. And when she discovers what really happens to these wishes and why most of them aren't actually fulfilled, she's got a real problem with it. And she kind of wishes upon a star again, as her father told her to do, and the star kind of comes to life. And immediately the people in Rosas feel the presence of some of this positive, wonderful magic. And that's, of course, a problem for the king, and therein lies our conflict. And so, I mean, it's really wham bam, thank you, ma'am, moves through pretty quickly. I wish that, Chris Pine, I think, is a great actor, is, pretty good singer. Loved him in Into the Woods, kind of a goofy, silly role. It felt like they watched that and were like, oh, just kind of maybe do that again here. And, there's aspects of his character where he's very controlling, he's very manipulative in what he says. And, A lot of different people are like, oh, he kind of anything from mansplaining to I don't know, just finding a way to try to pin it on you. Of course, I'm losing the word for that right now. But I don't know. He's very egotistical, but it's more self-obsessed with how handsome he is. And I'm like, I guess, yeah, it's a kid's movie. So if, he's got to be silly, if as evil as he is or as like egocentric as he is, it's like, oh, look how handsome I am. It was fine, but I was like, you could have made him just a little bit more. And so then when everything kind of like wraps up in the end, like maybe we feel a little bit better about potentially what happens to him. Who knows? I'm not going to spoil anything, but Wish was fine. It was an interesting blend of CGI and kind of hand painted. I didn't know that going into the movie, and so I kind of watched it and I was like, what's up with this art style here or whatever they're doing? I was like, this doesn't look as good as some of their other projects. So reading it afterwards, I understand they were trying to go for something different here. It definitely was different. Maybe it didn't quite work for me, but it is what it is. For 100 years of Disney celebration, this has not been Disney's greatest year by any means. And this kind of, for me, is a dud of a way to end the year, especially for like your big, hey, it's our big animation celebration. And, throughout the movie, they've got all these like little hints at other Disney properties and little fun Easter eggs. But it's just kind of like, why didn't you just make a movie like those? I don't know. Obviously, Disney's got a lot of thinking to do and a lot of reorganizing that's going on right now. So hopefully, when we see them again, maybe we'll get something a little bit higher quality. Kids are still probably going to enjoy it. Parents will enjoy it because it's quick and easy. If you're looking for something for the family for Thanksgiving, you probably can't go wrong here. So, as always, if you're looking for new movie reviews, movie news, we're coming into Oscar season soon. So, if you're looking for what you absolutely have to see, make sure you stay tuned to NT Movie Reviews on all social media networks, podcast platforms, YouTube. We got it all. If you go back, you can listen to all sorts of episodes. Every episode's its own review. So if there's something peculiar or particular you're looking for, it's probably there. Thank you again, as always, for listening. And yeah, keep your ear to the ground. We just got more stuff cranking out, multiple 3-4 movies a week. So I love this time of year, and I hope you do too. Thanks again, you guys. Have a great day.